Hello guys, it is Fake Thriller, and today I have a couple questions for you. The first question I have is, do you recognize this gameplay on the screen in front of you? Now, most of you are saying, yes, Fake Thriller, obviously this is Battlefield 3. But what I'm wondering more specifically about the gameplay is, have you experienced it yourself? Have you played the Battlefield 3 campaign? Because that's the main topic of this commentary, as you might have been able to tell from the title, is what do we think about campaigns? More specifically, what do we think about campaigns in games like Battlefield 4, where clearly the main feature and the main interest in the title is for the multiplayer, yet companies year after year and game after game insist on giving us a single player. Now, my experience with the Battlefield 3 single player was as follows. I figured we started doing a lot of Battlefield stuff, and I wanted to get introduced to all the different things about Battlefield 3. So I figured I would do a Let's Play of Battlefield 3's campaign. And I don't know if I deleted them or not, but you could probably go back on the channel and find the first 2 episodes of the campaign. And there was only 2 episodes, and that was because I made it to what would have been the 3rd episode. I think it was the 3rd mission or something like that. And I was bored out of my mind and frustrated with the monotony that was a Battlefield 3 campaign. And it's not just Battlefield. It seems to be the same thing with any modern military first-person shooter. The storyline is always something similar. It's always, terrorist, whatever, military setting. There's not much you can do. You're part of a squad, and then you got these different missions you go on. It's not that intriguing, and it's not that engaging. And to be perfectly honest, the gameplay is even a fractured mess of what the multiplayer gameplay actually is, because everything in the campaign, up until what I've played, had been completely scripted, to the point where you can't even progress in ways that you think you'd be able to, because you're not following checkpoints the right way. You'll actually see some footage. I don't know exactly when I'm going to put it in the video, but it'll probably be later in the video, where I'm standing on the overpass stair set and I'm sniping guys way down range because they're flooding in from a side street. And I'm scoped in and I'm popping people left and right and left and right. And then they keep coming back out of the same area. And then I finally zoom out to reload, and I realize there's a checkpoint waiting for me to get into a modified vehicle with a machine gun mounted in the back. So they would have just let me keep going over and over again, shooting these people that would have kept respawning, and nothing would have changed until I finally hit this checkpoint. And then you'll see that the checkpoint was there, so I get in the truck, I mow some people down, and then a building can fall on me. So it's all this pre-scripted stuff that you can't do things the way you want. I like to compare it to the Halo series, because the Halo campaign series gives you a room or a hallway or an objective, and they fill it with enemies, and then it's up to you to take care of them. It feels very... it feels like your skills from the multiplayer can easily just transition over to the single player, whereas in Battlefield, it's an unstoppable wave of guys that literally will not stop until you accept the fact that they're going to hold your hand and you got to go to a checkpoint. So what I want to know is, what do you guys think? Is this something that we need to even have in the game? Would you still pay full price for Battlefield 4 if the campaign wasn't included? And are you going to touch the Battlefield 4 campaign? DICE has put some time into the campaign, and we saw a whole 17-minute trailer based around the single player. That was the first we saw of Battlefield 4. So they're putting time into it, and to be honest, they can do a lot of stuff in a single player that they might not be able to pull off in the multiplayer. They can walk you into these situations and blow your mind with certain points of view. I'm of the opinion I would rather just have the game, even if it's the same price, with just multiplayer, because then everyone's down to pound. That's why you bought the game, kind of a thing. So guys, I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know what you think of the Battlefield 3 campaign, if it was a wonderful thing in your eyes, or if you didn't even touch it or if you just dabbled like I did. So guys, let me know, and I'll see you guys later.